These are not passing words, but a breath directed toward you, O chosen one, from where you least expect. If you have reached this message, know it is not a coincidence, but a sign from God's arrangement. Have you ever looked around and seen love, marriage, and relationships open their doors easily for others, while remaining locked for you? Perhaps you tried to love, to build, or to attach yourself, but every time, everything collapsed in your hands. You gave your heart and were met with abandonment. You opened your soul and were met with silence, betrayal, or indifference. In those moments, you might have whispered to yourself, "Is there something wrong with me? Am I cursed? Is loneliness my destiny?" Wait, what no one has told you before is that you are a chosen one. Your heart was not created to be a playground for people, but a sanctuary for remembrance and a station for light. God preserves your heart, not to deprive you, but to purify you from every worldly bond that would weigh you down or extinguish your radiance. You were not created for the fleeting, casual relationships common to most people. From the beginning, you were made distinct, singular, and surrounded by divine care. Your heart is not a place for idle whims, but a hidden shrine that no one enters except those God has chosen to share in your mission. A preservation, not a punishment, O chosen one. Your soul carries a secret that not everyone can bear. Your light is too heavy for just anyone to stand beside. Therefore, God arranges your spiritual appointments far from the clock of man. What appears to you as a delay is, in truth, preparation. What looks like an empty space is a hidden counsel shaping you. How many relationships almost began and then suddenly collapsed? How many doors did you knock on that remained shut? None of this was a coincidence. It was hidden mercy. You were being led into solitude just as the saints were led before you. Isolation is not a punishment. It is a stage of purification to keep you away from any bond that would dim your inner lamp. You may have realized this yourself. Every time you associated with someone who did not resemble your spirit, you found yourself exhausted, wronged, and drained. That wasn't love. It was an attempt to stifle your light. So, God separated you from them with his kindness before you were extinguished. O chosen one, you are not being deprived. You are being preserved. What you thought was a wasteland of loneliness is merely a celestial waiting room until the written moment arrives. Only then will God draw the curtain, and you will realize that all this patience was not a waste, but a preparation for the one destined to accompany you on the path of light. The conflict between the heart and destiny, the greatest test for chosen ones, is the struggle between the heart's longing and God's arrangement. You want to love, to build, and to walk with a companion, and this is a human right. But know that your plan bears no fruit if it does not harmonize with the plan of heaven. Human timing is not God's timing. Do not grieve if you see others moving quickly into marriage or companionship while you remain alone. You are under special care, in the company of the divine hand that protects you from everything unworthy of your light. What awaits you is not just human love, but a spiritual covenant, a union of light worthy of your station. Why ordinary love is not enough. God's arrangement does not follow human hours or social traditions. It is linked to the purity of your heart and the level of your spiritual maturity. God does not gather souls based on whim, age, or need, but based on internal ripeness and the depth of awareness. This is where the trial begins, because you feel ready. You feel capable of deep love, of giving, and of carrying another in their weakness. Yet you are left alone. This loneliness can sometimes become a fire in your chest. But God does not see you as someone being punished. He sees you as someone being refined. Understand, O chosen one, that those you loved in the past were not necessarily evil, but they did not meet the spiritual requirements for your journey. The love of a chosen one is not a simple matter. It is a heavy burden from the world of the unseen, a vision that many cannot endure. This is why God prevented you from binding yourself to souls still imprisoned by whims, selfishness, and confusion. Even if they seemed good, God's hand will not allow you to extinguish your light in a deficient relationship. God does not want for you a quick, fleeting happiness. He wants to bring you to a companionship that increases your light rather than dimming it. The sensitivity of the chosen one relationships are not emotional games. They are spiritual portals. Every bond opens a vent in you and leaves a mark on your depths. Chosen ones are the most sensitive souls to this flow. Your soul is like a delicate antenna. You pick up pain, feel wounds, and carry the burdens of others without knowing it. This is why small encounters exhaust you and conflicts take days to heal. This is not fragility. It is luminous transparency. You were designed to feel what is behind the veils because your role is guidance, healing, and elevation. If this sacred capacity is open to the wrong person, your source becomes contaminated and your connection to God cluttered. Darkness knows this. If it cannot extinguish you directly, it seeks to bind you to people who drain you, broken, controlling, or misleading souls. God was more merciful to you than you were to yourself. He broke those ties and distanced you from them, even through pain. Yes, you cried and felt betrayed, but it was a disguised liberation. Every time you bound yourself to the wrong person, your mission receded and your clarity faded. Now, God keeps you alone as a protection against destructive mixing. Your solitude is a protective cloak embroidered with silence and wisdom. The sacred union versus ordinary relationships. The world teaches you to search for a relationship, but God wants to grant you a sacred union. There is a vast difference. A relationship is built on appearances and passing whims, but a divine union is a mission from the world of the unseen, an election for the sake of a message. This takes time. This requires long patience. You are not made for fragile connections or superficial friendships. Your soul is much deeper than that. God, the God of order and balance, does not want you to drown in relationships that steal your energy. He wants you with a partner who prays beside you, carries the weight of your message, and completes your energy. A spiritual ally, not a passing partner. That partner will not come by chance, but by a precise divine arrangement. Conclusion. The wait is almost over if you are still standing after long waiting, after repeated wounds and exhausting silence. That is proof that God is preserving you for something greater. You have been distinguished. You were melted in the fire of trial to be capable of receiving a union unlike any other, a union born of heaven, polished by patience and sealed with light. Stop judging yourself. Stop believing you are late, broken, or unlovable. You are on a celestial path, and the most sacred things take time. God is working in secret even when you feel nothing. He is preparing for you someone who will be more than a life partner. They will be a guardian of your soul and a mirror for your mission. Until that day comes, protect your heart. Do not give it to those who do not know its value. Keep walking, keep believing,